Welcome into day 3 of your first week, your first concept, the hacks, the lesson over these next 90 days for what allowed me to get out of $120,000 of unsecured debt, retire my husband from his 9-to-5 job, be so financially secure with our 3 kids at home, this home that we built and paid for because of everything that you're learning inside of this playlist. It is all about mindset. It is all about you being able to create the life that you really desire, you being able to step into that magic and that freedom that you know you can have, but maybe you've suppressed, maybe you've forgotten about. Maybe you've listened to people who fed you a lot of BS and now you're confused as to who you are. This playlist is for you. This video is for you. The ones prior are for you. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already so that you can be notified every single time I post inside of this channel, especially this playlist. It is here for you on purpose. It is here for you on specific design. When you design something, you put it together, you follow a formula, and I want you to be able to follow the formula that allowed me to be so financially set, have incredible relationships, and impeccable health. I want the same for you, and I know you want that for yourself, which is why you're here. So be sure to hit that subscribe button right now, ring the bell so you're notified every single time something happens on this channel, and then be sure to be intentionally present as we walk through things today on day 3, because what we're about to discuss is going to be not only on the whiteboard for you to visually see what I'm talking about, but for you to really understand what we talked about the day before this on your A, B, and C type goals. Now you're going to see it visually for how to hack your own mindset or algorithm, as you would call it, for what you see in your life and how to help what you see in your life be everything that you want, everything that you desire, everything that you fantasize that maybe you don't have a logical reason to want, but you want it and it wants you to. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. We are going to get this whiteboard going, and I hope you take notes as soon as you find value from this video. If you have already, please hit the like button. As soon as you do find value from this point on, of course, hit the like button, drop me a comment if you have a thought or question. I'd love to hear from you. Now, the collaboration is key, so be sure to participate and be intentional about what you learn right now as I walk through this on the whiteboard. Okay. So in sharing my screen, we are going to draw a triangle, and you're going to wonder, well, why is this triangle like that? Because I have the concepts of your ABC type goals, how you can step into a C type goal person, what's required, and how to hack your own mindset into attaining that C type goal faster with momentum, acceleration, like you know you deserve and like you desire. Okay. We're going to block out all the distractions for anyone telling us that we cannot, and we're going to embrace that goal card of I'm so happy and grateful now that whatever you filled that in with, we'll use the example of $50,000 a month. Whatever you filled that in with is what I want you to put in here and the concepts we talk about right now. Okay. So draw on your paper for me a little triangle. You can have it separate like this if you want it to be. That's just how I have it because I have to explain it. Okay. Remember, your C type goal is a fantasy. Okay. So we're going to put F down here. C type goal is a fantasy. It's what you want. It's not what you know you can do. It's not what you think you can do or what you planned. Oh, if I do all these things, I will get this result. No, we're going to go with a fantasy that allows you to be inspired and joyful about attaining it because maybe you don't see the way in which to get it yet. Okay. The fantasy is a simple want. It's just what you want. It's not what you need. You might not need the $10,000, but if you want $10,000 a month, that would be your C type goal. It allows you to be inspired. It allows you to not know the how-to steps of where and how you're going to get there. Maybe you're wondering, do I have the resources? And the fantasy allows the resources to come because you desire the thing. Okay. So on your little triangle here, I want you to draw an F at the bottom right or the bottom left corner. Okay. Then I'm going to have you draw a T right here. The T represents theory, so feel free to write that down. I'm just not going to with my little finger. Okay. The T at the top represents theory, and then the bottom represents fact. So you have fantasy, theory, and fact with a really weird F going on. Okay, so you take your fantasy. We're just going to use the example of $50,000 a month. Okay, $50,000 a month is $600,000 a year. If you were able to do it right from your phone, let's say you decide to work with me, you do it right from your phone 1 to 2 hours a day. Every single time you open up any social media platform, you make money. And that money after a year, especially being in this mindset, video playlist. After a year, you're making $50,000 a month. How would you feel? Okay, I just want you to write that down. Draw up whatever word comes to mind as you're taking notes right now inside of this lesson. Okay, your fantasy of $50,000 a month. How does that feel? If you knew exactly a year from now, at the time you're watching this video, that you were to make $50,000 a month and you never had to worry about money again, you always could afford what you wanted to because you said, instead of wondering if your bank account has enough or if you have to wait for payday, I want you to be making so much, so plenty that you forget it's payday. Okay, write that down. That should be an affirmation you should take to heart. Okay, I make plenty, I forget it's payday. Write that down. I dare you. Now, how you have that C-type goal, the $50,000 a month, a little, just an example, $50,000 a month, how you turn that fantasy into a theory up here, right? Theory is our T at the top of this triangle, is you answer these two questions. Am I able to get $50,000 a month? Well, I can tell you thousands of people, hundreds of people that I personally know who make $50,000 a month. So is it possible that you could take evidence of what they've done, that you could do the same? Yes? Drop a yes in the comments below this video right now if you heard that question. Are you able to go get $50,000 a month? Yes, you are. You are God's highest form of creation. You are the only species on this planet, as far as we know, that can imagine and fantasize and create based on what you put in your mind. Okay? Are you able to go get $50,000 a month? Yes, you are. I know that because I've done that myself. Why can't you? You're no different than me. You're God's highest form of creation. You're able to do whatever the freak you want, right? I hope the answer is yes. I hope you're feeling it right now. Okay. That's the first question. For you to go from fantasy to a theory is you ask yourself, am I able to do it? Yes. Second question, am I willing? Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to do what it takes, aside from the obstacles, the hurdles, the how to, the nervousness, the confusion, the oh no, that you will come up against when going from, say, $5,000 to 10xing that to $50,000 a month, $60,000 a year compared to $600,000 a year? Do you think you have to show up as a different person for that? Yes, you do. Thank heavens. That allows you to grow. It allows you to be a different person. It allows you to step into the inspiration and the creative person that you are. Everyone is creative. It's a matter of, are you expressing your creativity? Again, create is to bring into existence. How can you bring into existence $50,000 a month? Well, just the same as anyone else has. By answering the two questions, am I able to do it? Yes, you are. Am I willing to do it? Yes, you are. And when those answers come as a resounding yes, you will be able to turn this theory into a fact. A theory is something that you think of without evidence, right? You don't have evidence currently, right now, today, watching this video, that you can go make $50,000 a month. But the fact that you have fantasized about it, the fact that you want it, allows you to know that you want what you want, and that thing wants you too. The money that we have in the world is never created or destroyed. It's already here. The iPhone that you're holding in your hand, the ability to listen to this right here, right now, through your phone, through your computer, your iPad, whatever, that was once a thought. That iPad did not exist at one point or another. We needed to step into the creative person we were in order to have someone create that iPad, create that iPhone, create that computer. You feel me? Just drop the word make sense if you're understanding what I'm saying right now. Drop that phrase right now in the comments below this video. Okay? I want to hear from you. Now, the fact that you want $50,000 a month, literally just our example, okay? And you answer, am I willing? Am I able to do this? Yes, yes. That theory then turns into a fact based on one thing and one thing alone. This is the secret. Neville Goddard talks about this all the time. Neville Goddard, write his name down, go get this book. Feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard talks about how when you feel something so strongly, when you impress upon the idea that you're made for more and you hold on to that idea, That theory, that fantasy becomes a fact because of one thing: emotional involvement. How you feel about something is how you then behave. How you behave gives you your action. Your action, what you do, gives you the result that you either have or do not have, right? So if you have a thought, your fantasy is $50,000 a month, and then you answer yes to am I willing, am I able? Yes, yes. And then you get emotionally involved with that idea. You get emotionally involved with what $50,000 a month would do, who you would have to become, what types of things you would do throughout the day, what type of relationship you'd be able to embark upon with yourself, with others, being able to give back because money allows them to do something more. It's a tool, right? You being able to get emotionally involved, we'll just call it EI. That emotional involvement is the key. Like Neville Goddard talks about in his book, Feeling is the Secret. The emotional involvement is the secret. When you feel a certain way, you behave in a certain way. If you're frustrated about this and that, and your finances this, and your husband that, and blah, 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 and you go into all this negativity, what do you then attract? Well, how do you then behave? Negative. You reflect exactly what you thought, and what you thought about so long, it became emotional for you. That emotion turns into the behavior. The behavior gives you what you do. It's your action. How you act and what you do each day, or what you don't do, gives you your results. So if you don't like your results, you need to backtrack into what the freak you thought and what you held on to, what you got emotionally involved with. I hope you're taking notes. I really do. Now, your emotional involvement is the secret, right? Your emotional involvement gives you your behavior. How you behave lands you the results because that's what you then go do. It's your action. Okay. When you're emotionally involved and you feel so good and you hold on to that thought, you believe, not, oh, I believe in myself, but believe so much that your behavior then shifts into what you need to go do, who you need to go be, what action you need to take, what daily routine you need to have in order to get $50,000 a month. That's when the theory becomes a fact. And that fact is then what you have. But the only way you can have that thing is when you become the person first. How you become the person who gets to have and deserve and be worthy of $50,000 a month, you get to write that down. You get to describe, who would I be? Who would I be with $50,000 a month? How would I behave? Would this bug me? Would that make me frustrated? Would I be impatient? Would I say this on the road? Would I have this kind of whatever emotion towards my spouse, towards my kids? Would I feel grateful every single day? Who would I be? Who would I show up as? If I knew $50,000 was coming to me right now and I could guarantee it 1 year from the time you're watching this video, boom, you have $50,000 a month, $600,000 a year. Would you show up differently today? Yes, you would. So how you take that fantasy, that C-type goal into a theory is the, am I able to do it? Yes. Am I willing to do it? Yes. How you take that theory, the unknown, no evidence, just a thought, no evidence. How you take that theory into a fact is your emotional involvement. When you get emotionally involved with the idea, someone had an idea for an iPhone, someone had an idea for this mic, someone had an idea for the lipstick that I have on, right? Someone once had the idea for every single thing that you have physically. So are you willing and able to do what it takes to have an idea that inspires you so much that you then go make that idea a fact, something physical that you can have, something physical that you can see? If the answer is yes, you're going to be on the right track. You're going to have everything that you want in this life, and you're going to be the person who deserves it. But you have to show up like that person now. You cannot wait for the thing in order to act successful. Okay? Write this down for me. Successful people do not do certain things. Successful people do things in a certain way. Fill in the blank with whatever name, whatever attribute you want. Wealthy people don't do certain things. Wealthy people do things in a certain way. Healthy people don't do certain things. Healthy people do things in a certain way. Confident people don't do certain things. Confident people do things in a certain way. You're following a formula all throughout this 90-day blitz of mindset hacks. You being able to get out of debt, you being able to actually take the kids on the trip with no concern of money, you being able to move, to get a new car, to do whatever you want with your job, say bye to your boss, whatever the goal, I want that for you. But you have to be willing and able to do what it takes in order to have that fantasy. $50,000 a month, let's say, turn into a theory. No evidence, but you want it. Emotional involvement allows you to behave in a different way, which gives you a different action, which allows you a different result. Okay. I hope you took notes inside this video. I know I was very much grateful to be teaching it, and I hope you can feel the same. Drop a like if you found something that you resonate, a light bulb, something that inspired you. I would love that. On top of that, if you have a thought or a question, please drop it in the comments. I hope you collaborated throughout this video. As always, I'd love to hear from you. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next day with Grace, Kirsty.